What up, chat? What it do, man? We live this morning, wide open this morning. Yes, sir. Another heavenly year spent on this earth. Yes, sir. 25. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, Monroe.
Can y'all hear me good? We're all good?
We can hear you great.
Let me sit up real quick. How y'all doing?
We're doing great. First off, we just want to say congratulations. We're so happy to have you here in the Carolinas.
Me too. Me too.
All right, we're going to kick things off with Chris Jenkins.
Hey, Monroe, congratulations, sir.
I appreciate you.
Hey, so what's something about you that Carolina Panther fans won't see on film, but your teammates will notice right away, kind of introducing you to this fan base?
Man, my energy. I think I bring the energy every single day, regardless if it's a practice, a walkthrough, or a game. Man, I bring the energy every single day. So I'm gonna get on that team, and I might be a rookie, but I'm gonna bring the energy every single day, just because I don't think I can go out there and play offensive line without it. So definitely my energy.
Shout out Carolina 803. Shout out D Cash. We in here listening to this nigga interview. Chat, I start watching this shit. And chat, before I had to say, let me go live and react to this shit. Cause ain't no fucking way that's what we went and got. And I am disappointed in this pick, chat. We gonna let's break this nigga down. We had to break down what the fuck they did.
All right, can you give me a moment from your college career that really shows who you are as a player or even a teammate?
Man, even Tennessee. I remember. I think I might have given up a sack that game, but I just kept going, and I just kept at it, and I just kept. I said keep chopping every. It was a tough game. It was a shootout, and I just said keep chopping, keep chopping, keep chopping, and then we ended up winning that game, even though it wasn't my best game. So I mean, I want to. At the end of the day, like the team's my thing. Like I'm a team player. I love the team. I want the team to win more than anything, and I think that playing offensive line, that's what you get. You got to play for the team. So that's what I got.
Thank you and congrats.
I do not like that answer. As an offensive tackle that you get picked at 19, boy, I want to hear dog in you. You sound like you just a nigga that he ain't gonna quit. Whoop-de-doo. You ain't gonna quit. We expect you not to quit. Is you gonna be a dog the whole way through and through, or what? Is you gonna get out here and fuck off?
Thank you.
We'll go with Cassidy Hill.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Hey, Monroe, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
This means you get to stay in the Carolinas. What kind of what is that like?
Boy, what he did this interview in the library? What the fuck? This boy in the library. Look, Chatty in the library. It's silent in a motherfucker in there. Who he looking at? Motherfucker in the library. He got a fucking reader. This nigga chose to be in a library on draft night. He ain't no dog, Chat. He ain't no dog. He ain't no dog.
Like just kind of knowing that you get to stay home in a sense.
I mean, it's actually insane because my older brother, he went to school at Charlotte, so he went to school at Queens in Charlotte. So it's like a cycle almost. I'm going up there too, and I'll be up there with him. So it's like I was up there with him, I guess. But I mean, it's kind of incredible. I mean, I didn't imagine this, and I'm so happy that this is the case. It's like I get to stay up 3 hours from the home, and I get to basically stay at home, and I didn't do that through the college recruiting process. So I guess I owe it to my Carolina fans.
Is your brother still in Charlotte?
No, he's at home now, but he played basketball up there for a little bit, so he's super ecstatic as well.
So you know your way around a little bit, or you at least have a guide.
I mean, I do definitely have a guy who's there for the 2.5 years or something like that. So I definitely have a guy.
And then I also wanted to learn about, tell me about your basketball background, especially as a blocker.
Yeah, no, I definitely wish I would have. I mean, I enrolled early to Georgia to go play football, but that senior year, I was like, damn. I mean, only if I was there, I would have been able to go and win a state championship with my basketball team because they were missing a big on the team. But basketball background, I mean, if it wasn't for my older brother who was playing at Queens of Charlotte, I probably wouldn't be so in basketball. We got to play with each other his senior year, my freshman year of high school, which is for me and him. And no, I definitely translate some of my basketball background into my football background or my football play.
How so?
I just think that, pass protection, especially as an offensive lineman, is a lot to do with playing defense in basketball. So, like, at least changing direction-wise, you're trying to stay in front of a defender in basketball translates to the same thing in football, except I get to use my hands, and you can't do that in basketball.
Thank you.
We'll go with Steve Reed, followed by Vashti Hurt.
Hey, Monroe, congratulations and welcome to Charlotte. Hey, just curious, did you play exclusively on the left side, left tackle at Georgia?
Not exclusively. I played left this last year, started the whole time. But
Okay.
my freshman and sophomore year, I was a swing tackle. So I was playing a lot of swing tackle, especially my sophomore year. I was left and right, middle of the game, middle of a series, didn't really matter. So I have pretty much a good amount of experience on both sides.
Do you prefer either side? Do you feel more comfortable on either side?
I mean, because I played left, I'd probably say left right now. But, I mean, you put me at right and you give me 2 weeks, I'm going to be the same player there.
Excellent. Thanks.
Hi, Monroe. Vashti Hurt with Carolina Blitz. Welcome to Carolina.
Let's go.
I have you're from Mount Pleasant, but did you grow up a Panthers fan? What's your familiarity with the team?
I mean, I didn't grow up really living to any NFL team, but I came here and I think 2016 and moved to South Carolina. But I have a lot of Carolina fans that are kind of around me, just being in the area, and the fact that like I really claim Carolina more than I claim where I used to be from in Oregon. So it's like now that I get to really claim Carolina for real, it's awesome.
Tell me about the draft party. Like, where are you at? Are you in Mount Pleasant and your family friends? Just set the scene for me.
Yeah, I'm at home, just our home estates essentially, and I know I was kind of dreaming being at home with my family. And my mom and my dad did a great job setting up the whole party and made it look amazing down there and we're outside and enjoying the whole environment and just living in Charleston this time of year. So they did a great job, and I'm really excited I'm so excited to be a Panther, but especially being so close to home. It's really only like 3 hours.
Thanks.
We'll go with followed by Corbin.
Monroe, when did you kind of get the sense that the Panthers were high on you, and did you go into the night thinking there was a chance this could happen or no?
I've had some feedback from my agent telling me that, like, if I was still there, they would take me. But, I mean, you got to take everything with a grain of salt because, I didn't know how this night was going to go. And I tried to get every expectation out of my mind. And finally came down to it, and I was sitting there and I got a call. I was like, let me pick this up. And this is like, hey, this is the Carolina Panthers. And I was like, no way. There's just no way. And I was just like, it was surreal. And it's still surreal. And I don't even know if it's sitting quite yet that I'm staying home and I'm only a 3-hour drive from home. And it's closer than I was in Athens. So it's still not really setting in yet. But I imagine that in the next 24 hours, maybe even the next week, it's going to really hit me that, like, I'm here and I'm blocking for a former teammate of mine. And it's like, it's everything I've ever wanted.
So a follow-up too, like, they're starting left tackle for the last few years is hurt. They signed Rasheed Walker in free agency. What's your thought? I mean, are you coming in here thinking you're going to take a red shirt, or are you coming in to start?
I've been needing more art in my bedroom and recently painted this canvas. However, I wasn't quite sure the best way to hang it, so I turned to ChatGPT. It gave me a list of all the.
And I think I can't go in without the mentality to not start. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to want to give it my. Sorry, I don't know if I lost you, but I I want to go in there and I want to start, but I'm going to go in there and, try to get my teammates better too and hope they can get me better as a rookie. So I'm excited to learn, but I'm also excited to compete.
Monroe, you mentioned your energy that you bring. Where does that come from? Like, where does that sort of passion for the game, where does that come from? That's
since the day I was born. So I pretty much have had the mentality. It's like, not every little kid wants to play offensive line from the jump, but if you don't grow a love for it, you're not going to make it. And so I think I grew a love for, dominating the man in front of me and making it fun and playing with my other offensive linemen. So I think the energy just came from experience, and especially playing at Georgia, I got to play with so many good offensive linemen and good teammates that it just made it fun to play the position. So I brought energy every single day because I don't think you can make it in the position without it.
appreciate it.
We have time for a couple more. We'll go with Dennis Cox, followed by Alex Zillow.
Monroe, first of all, congratulations. How do you feel your skill set matches up with the Carolina Panthers system offensively?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I think I'm an athletic tackle, and I think that, it's awesome that, Bryce can really get in. He can move around the pocket, and I think that I'm going to do a great job protecting him, but I also think that, him, running around is going to help me. So I think I'm going to fit in pretty well.
Awesome. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Hey, Monroe, you mentioned you're going to be blocking for a former teammate of yours in Trevor. Have you talked to Trevor in like the couple minutes since this draft? Have you gotten a text from him or something like that? And have you heard from him in general about what it's like in Carolina?
I haven't really heard from him. And the crazy part of me, I've had a lot of, calls going on, especially from, guys from the Panthers and everybody else. But I know that, I really enjoy blocking for him. He was a great guy. And, I might give him a call here sooner or later just to check in on him because I don't think I've talked to him in a little bit since he left Georgia.
Yeah, this nigga's soft. I don't like him.
So it'll be really cool to talk to him and especially block for him again because I don't think if he would have came back another year, who'd have known?
Yeah. Well, just quickly, what kind of privilege would it be to block for him at the NFL level?
I mean, knowing him as who he was at Georgia, I mean, he's a great guy, and, having known a guy as good as he is and, how special of a football player he is, it just makes it even more of like I got to do my job for him, So I'm going to go out there and give him my all for him. I'm going to go out and give it for Bryce. I'm going to do it all for the Panthers. I'm a team player.
We'll end with Joe Person.
So speaking of guys and their reaction, Dan Morgan said he got a text from Bryce after he picked you, and Bryce said, "Let's go." Curious what you think about that and what.
Now, why the fuck they just lie on Bryce like that? Bryce ain't sent no damn such text. Bryce text that nigga, what the fuck is you doing? The fuck is you doing, Dan? Boy, we need Jake. The hell is you doing?
What you know about Bryce?
I mean, I watched him whenever he was playing the playoffs. That's for sure. I know. I don't know if they won the Natty there. I can't remember, but I mean, I'm excited to play for anybody, and I hope and he was the same size as my other quarterback. So, and I'm gonna play with better pad level. And I'm just excited. I'm just excited to block for him. I'm just excited to block for the team.
What?
Why the fuck is they bringing up goddamn Bryce? Bryce don't give a damn about this soft ass nigga. Yeah, he belong at his daddy workshop, driving a company truck.
Quarterback you're referring to?
Gunnar Stockton.
Nice.
All right, Monroe, that's all the questions that we have for you tonight. Thank you so much for taking the time. Congratulations
sure.
again, and we can't wait to meet you.
Yes, sir. Yes, man. Keep pounding. Keep pounding. Let's go. All right.
Chevy trucks are as dependable as the Chevy people. Some maybe you got it too. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Yes, I'm the director of the department.
Very much.
Are you Andy? Yes. Hi, I'm Jin Chao. I'm
Shout
your
out
assistant.
YouTube.
Oh, I was
Hi.
wondering about that. Nice to meet you.
I was an intern this morning, but when a desk opens up, the interns get.
Good. Doing good. All right, you guys ready? Yeah, we're really excited about Monroe. Best player on our board. Big, long, athletic, physical, a guy with high upside that we're extremely excited about. Adding him to our room. You know, I think he can play left side, he can play right side. Brings, you know, a lot of value to us. So yeah, we're really excited. Best player on the board, and
This is a guy that looks pissed. This is a guy that looked like he had to settle. And it's okay, Dan. We know you settled. It's okay. You ain't gotta lie to us. Boost these niggas' heads up talking about he was high on your draft board. No, he wasn't. No, the hell he wasn't, boy. Look at your face. You ain't popped one smile yet.
I'll leave it to Coach if you want to say anything.
Yeah, just first of all, just like the work that went into this, you know, with Dan and the crew, pretty amazing to be able to boil this thing down so we knew exactly what we were going to do when we got to that. And the way it played out, you know, he came right to us, and this was a, you know, a guy that we really valued. And for us, of course, our philosophy is always, let's challenge our roster. Let's challenge every room with great players, and to get an opportunity to have a guy like this with the athletic ability, the length, size, and all that, it's incredible. So we'll get him in there. We'll let him compete. That's what he'll be doing on the field.
We can open it up. You're good.
How much did Icky's injury factor into you guys' decision?
Icky, he's doing great. He's making a lot of progress, and yeah, we like where he's headed. I think more than anything, our biggest thing is we want to keep both our fronts strong, and to add a big, long, talented tackle here in the first round, like, it keeps our offensive line strong. I haven't drafted an offensive lineman since I've been here. And to be able to add somebody with the talent that Monroe has was just too good to pass up.
Dan Morgan ain't on that yayo. He stressed out.
Really believe in draft.
He just had to pick he just had to reach for a damn offensive tackle.
Or could he be a day one starter?
We're always just going to try to challenge every room. And the way we do that is by picking the best player that fits that. And so that's what this approach was. It's pretty consistent with our philosophy of just challenging the roster in different ways. And then, of course, the best player available.
Is there a long-term approach with this, guys? I mean, obviously, Taylor's 31. He's played 145 games. Icky's coming off a knee injury. I mean, so is there a short-term, maybe play him at left tackle, move him to right tackle? Is there kind of a long-term?
We're going to figure all that out. Right now, we just got to get him in here, talk to him, get him on the field. Most of our guys, outside of Timo and Icky, most of our guys end up playing both sides throughout camp. That's just kind of the way we do it, give us flexibility. But too early to tell. What I do know is he's going to have a chance to compete. That's our philosophy. That's how we believe in doing things here, and we'll give him that chance.
How much of an advantage is it having?
Told y'all, chat, that nigga is not starting this year. He probably is see the field if somebody go down. He the option before that Forsyth guy, that Stone Forsyth guy. That's the last barrier before we go to him. That's what I think. I don't think this boy get no playing time this year for real, unless somebody get hurt for real. Like, and I'm not talking about Icky being hurt already. I'm talking about somebody else pop up with an injury. So I don't see him going. I don't see him. Roadmaster, I don't see him starting over Icky. I don't.
The way you guys use the offensive line coaches, where Joe's going to probably be tutoring him pretty hands-on, one-on-one, and how much did that factor into how you wanted to weigh the value of this pick?
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing to have that flexibility. You know, you talked about Joe and Goody, two guys that I really trust, who are really wondering if I didn't like them because we hadn't selected any linemen in the last couple of drafts. But no, they're fired up, and it works out really well, especially when you bring in a young player, because he's really got a personal tutor, you know, and Joe does such an excellent job and did that in Tampa as well. And he's going to be, you know, it's going to be all hands on deck and be really involved with Monroe's development.
Can you take us through just how the draft went through and how your board came through with the earlier picks, and did it fall the way that you think?
Yeah, I think it was falling our way.
This may be the last ad you ever see. Because with the free ad block extension from
For everybody saying Icky time here done, this right tackle was not for Icky. This tackle was not for Icky. He only played left tackle 1 year. Dude, this was for Taylor Moton. They believe in Icky. It's Taylor Moton. I'm telling you, it's Taylor Moton.
I think as the picks kept coming off, I think we were getting a little more nervous. We had a couple guys that we had our eye on, and it just so happened that Monroe was there at our pick, and again, he's just too good to pass up. To be that big, long, and athletic, and young, yeah, it was something that we weren't sure if he was going to be there. We thought he might get taken a little sooner. So when he was there, it was easy pick for us.
Did you guys explore trading up at all?
No, we didn't. We we wanted to sit there and just keep our picks and let it come to us. Of course, like we'll have our little conversations about should we or should we not, but at the end of the day, we just wanted to stay put and let someone come to us, keep our picks, and keep drafting.
Talked a bit about wanting to learn about the person who you're going to be selecting, their story. What did you learn about him and character that he's going to be?
Oh, he's an kid. Just always, happy, great smile. Like he loves football. Part of huge for Dave and I and the rest of the staff is to get guys that love football or are passionate about being great. And you felt that from Monroe every single time you talked to him. He just loves the game. He loves competing. He's tough. So he brought.
There wasn't a lot of tape to look at, 18 career starts, but what jumped out at that tape? Was there a game? Was there a play or a series of plays that impressed you?
I mean, I think again.
Candy girl. Good morning, y'all. Look, Roadmaster, stop with that bullshit. We not drafting another offensive tackle. We're going to get Jake Rodriguez, boy.
Take it all the way through the season. I mean, you look at a guy that's 6'7", has 34-inch arms, huge hands. He's just an athlete out there, an athlete that can pass protect. He can mirror, run block, get to the second level. He can move the scrimmage. It just does so many things well that excited us. And again, he's just the type of person that we want, from a player standpoint, and also somebody we wanted to, bring into that locker room.
View on that question?
Yeah, same. Yeah, same. Really, just for me, you always start with the athletic profile, and to get a guy that's 21 years old, who's, for all intents and purposes, hasn't fully grown into his body completely, but to already be 6'7" and 315 pounds, he's going to settle into some really good football. The strength and all that stuff will continue to develop, but we kind of start there with the movement skills and length, and it's those two things, the quickness, his straight line speed, length, all that's very forgiving for an offensive lineman. That's what really fired me up about his film.
Is there an advantage to not having that experience and being a little bit maybe more moldable? I know you've talked about with quarterbacks, you want guys that are trained, but also with a guy who has the athletic traits and the type of blocking scheme you do to be able to kind of mold him the way you want to. Is there an advantage there?
You'd always like guys to have more games, more experience. That
Roadmaster, fuck 5. Put 100 on it, Roadmaster. Put 100 on it, Roadmaster. Roadmaster, put 100 on it that we don't go offensive line today. Put money on it, boy. Yeah, put 100 on it, nigga. How do you niggas? Yeah. Now you don't want. I got $100 say we don't go offensive line today, nigga. $100 say we don't go offensive line. Now Roadmaster don't want to say shit. See what I'm saying? Let's get back to the fucking video. Roadmaster don't bring no fucking money up, boy.
That way, I just know different scenarios happen in the game. But to your point, having a guy that, has limited starts when you get them, you really do have a chance to imprint on them just our style, philosophy, and techniques, and drills, and all those things. But so there's a give and take there.
In previous drafts, and granted, you guys drafted receivers the past 2 first rounds, but you guys got a chance to talk to Bryce right after the pick. Did you guys get a chance to call him and get his reaction to Monroe?
We have not.
No, I haven't, but he actually texted me and sounded pretty excited about it. So that was a good text.
What did the text say?
I think just like, let's go with exclamation points. So Bryce is pretty happy.
Is he the guy that blocked for Trevor at Georgia? Were you able to pick his brain at all on kind of what he offers?
No, we weren't.
How did last year, the way the O-line kind of shook out, that there were so many different combinations of guys who needed to be flexible, kind of play into this pick, knowing that you were getting a versatile guy who could be doing something like what you saw last year out of your O-line group?
Yeah, I think, Dan said it for us, like we're always trying to add value to the fronts, both sides, whether it was in free agency or the draft, with the 2 edge rushers last year with Nick and Princely, free agency with Bobby and Turk, getting those guys in here. You can also help your team by solidifying your front and by adding talent that way. And so we're so glad it worked out this way, because it is along that vein, to continue to get guys into both of those rooms, because as we've seen, we play with a lot of combinations of offensive linemen over the last 2 years, and not just us, but around the league that happens to teams. So it's comforting to know you're full of really talented athletes.
You guys entered free agency, 2 offensive tackles under contract. One just came off a major surgery. Now you guys have I think you're at 5 now. What is your level of confidence in that room in general, following tonight?
Yeah, I think we feel really good about it. I think, we might not be done there. I think that's, again, like we want to make both offensive line, defensive line as strong as possible. So we feel good about it right now, but we'll continue to add if we see, guys we like the rest of the draft.
You guys have been reluctant to as much on it. Well, we saw some video of him walking in the building. Can you give us a better idea when you think you might get him back?
He's doing great. He's making a lot of progress. In terms of timeline, I don't have that for you.
That uncertain timeline, I'm sorry, Scott,
No, it's okay.
did that factor into this pick?
No, it was best player available, somebody that we felt like was a great player that we thought could help our team, and that was it.
Dave, you keep talking about how athletic this guy is. Is he a possible tackle out?
Yeah, you got to be able to read a lie when you hear it. Okay, chat. Why? If he gonna help you, all right. And roadmaps. If you bet me, boy, I want my money today, not a day later. For every day you late, I'm charging you 10%, boy, on each dollar, boy. Yeah.
Eligible pass receiver.
I gotta see. I gotta see what kind of hands we're dealing with here, but we definitely use a big tight end. So if he doesn't win a job, he's going to play some way, shape, or form because he's just such a talent.
And one last question. Do you feel like either of you guys, do you feel like he's better on one side or the other, left, right? Or?
Well, there's certainly more evidence on the left, but with this athleticism, he'll be able to do both in time.
The last one. It used to be that the left tackle was your athletic guy and the right tackle would be more your bruiser. Do you feel like the league's caught up to where both of those positions are just as important and just as athletic?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I think, you need to have an athlete on both sides. I mean, the rushers nowadays are getting more and more athletic and faster, bigger, stronger. So I think if you can have athletes on both sides, I mean, that's ideal.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, basically what I just seen is they ain't even sold on their first round pick. Yeah. And I blame niggas like and Roadmaster for spewing this O-line shit and convincing them go O-line. The plan changed, but the plan always was to get tight end, then Jake. Or move back, acquire more capital, get Jake. Jake should have been walking across that stage last night. And I blame bald niggas and niggas with baby legs, fragile knees. Nigga get drunk, knees get fragile. Yeah, them niggas is why we got this big soft ass nigga. Yeah, I blame him. What up, SC Panther boy? I blame him. It got me fucked up. Roadmaster, he is that damn good, boy. You stop your shit now. Don't make me play his highlights. Do you want me to start your morning off with some J-Raw highlights, boy? Huh? Because they got a puppy. We need big dogs. They wouldn't got a puppy the first round, an old hush puppy. Big soft ass boy. Monroe Hush Puppy Freeland. That's his nickname. Hush Puppy. Nigga, Hush Puppy wasn't no goddamn. He was an alright pick. He was a forced hand pick, boy. That's why you ain't hear nothing from David Tepper, boy. That's why you ain't hear nothing from Dan Morgan, boy. You only heard Dave, big green ass. They threw it all on Dave. Then they try to Bryce on the buzz. Bryce, text that nigga, what the fuck is you doing, boy? Stream y'all this morning. They said fuck me and my campaign. We better go get Jake. If we don't get Jake, we better get Michael Tree. Chat, let me tell y'all who the best tight end is. Let me show y'all who that boy is. It ain't Kenyon Sadiq at all. It's this boy right here. Michael Trigg. 240. 6'2". Pat, this boy can move, groove, slide, and glide. Chat, this boy catching everything but a cold. Yes, sir. He catching everything but a cold. You can get, man, Michael Trigg is that boy.
He's got Trigg, and Trigg once again the most targeted player for Baylor, and he's in a 1-on-8 and he's winning. Trigg drags Auburn all the way across the 25. Relentless.
Chat, you know why that 1 versus 8 was key on fucking what was key? Because that's Auburn. That's Keldrick Falk. He dragging. Yeah, that's Keldrick Falk. He dragging along with a couple other fuckers. Yeah, a nigga that just went first round, my boy dragging him through the motherfucking dirt. All through the goddamn turf. That is a tight end running routes like a receiver. Look at chat. Look at his routes. His routes are smooth. They're nice. They're nice. Chat, you ain't getting that not out of a tight end. Motherfucker built like a fucking outside linebacker, edge rusher. And this motherfucker running routes like Justin Jefferson. Boy. This is what Leggett is supposed to be for us. This is what Leggett is supposed to be for us. Look at what he do. Boom, boom. Hang it. Get your little ass out my face, boy. Look, Chad. Quarterback don't know what to do. Just throw it up. He gets down. He gets acrobatic to make the catches. Leggett ain't even doing that, boy. That was a Teteroy McMillan type of catch. Chat, I ain't gonna spoil it, chat. He do a catch in this motherfucker. Chat, he do a catch in this motherfucker, man. Listen, hey, boy, hey. This is Michael Trigg, the best tight end in the draft. 6'2", 240. Smooth like Jay Jettis. Big like DK. Yeah. So, I'm talking about can catch. Can catch. Everything but a cold. Why? I think it's right here. Oh, no, it ain't right here. Oh, I like this one, though. This one, he got skinny. You seen that? Look, you seen that, chat? I hope they replay it. Look what he do. Let me get open. Catch it high pointed. Get up through there. One man to beat. Come on, chat. You ain't fucking with that boy. Chat, this was a play that I like. Because Carolina run shit like this. We run little tight ends out the backfield up the middle. Watch this, chat. He just sneak past the linebackers. And quarterback on cue. Boom! Bryce Young, that's a tutty all day. See that, chat? Look, he moving. Look at that. Body control. He has ultimate body control. This is great in a tight end. Look. Come down with that 50-50. Whoever up on him, he gonna come down with that 50-50. Look, plays through contact. He's playing through contact, chat. Every time he get hit, but he gets you by 2-3 more yards. Maybe more. Look, over the top. Bum, bum. Over the top. Look, chat. Bryce Younger be so lethal with a nigga like this, boy. Look. Oh, chat. Oh my God, chat. I swear to God. Look, chat. Body control. That ball stuck to that man's hand. DB made a great play on that bitch. Give it here. Look, we do tight end screens, chat. We try tight end screens. 4th and 3. Look what they do. Straight to my man. He got 3 people in his area and they go to him. Boy, stop. And that's on Cincinnati. That's Jake Golday out there. Another top premier talent. If your DB ain't fucking 6'3", if your DB is not 6'3", if your safety is not 6'3" and jumping out the gym, Michael Trigg coming down with that pass. That's a fact. That's a fucking fact. You want you a generational talented tight end, boy? You go get Michael Trigg. And he a sleeper pick, chat. He ain't gonna be a day 2 day. Michael Trigg damn near may go 6th round. Man, you crazy, boy. Boy, Michael Trigg will cause immediate problems to a defense. Immediate. This boy is what Leggett. If we get him, this is we can replace the Leggett pick. We get Michael Trigg. I swear to God we can. If I'm lying, I'm flying out on a pair of wings, man. Never. Never. Boy, I don't care about nobody else but Michael Trigg. Shout out Eli Stowers. He might be nice, but he ain't no Michael Trigg. That's a fact. Did you see that? Chat. Oh my goodness. Chat. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Chat. Did you see the body control through the fucking catch? Chat, he was rolling forward. Mid contact, mid hitting the ground. He realized the ball is on his outside shoulder. Chat. He rolled the opposite way. This is a George Kittle type of tight end. A guy you can really, you know what I'm saying? A guy you can really do that. Look, Chad, I'm not bushing. Look. Run that back. Just run that back right there. Look. Watch it. Chad, he catch the ball inside. So you could tell his body and momentum is falling inside. That's why his look like left body is over. You feel me? That's why I look like he falling face down. But watch this. My fault, chat. My fault, chat. My fault, chat. Hold on 1 second. But chat, I wasn't saying nothing, chat. I'm watching this nigga Eli story. I'm trying to get an assessment on him. I'm getting a true assessment on him. Hold on, chat. Let me assess. Chat, I don't know. I don't know if he like he ain't better than Michael Trigg. He decent, but he ain't better than Michael Trigg. I feel like can he play through contact? Yes. Is he like does he have that juice? No. And that's why I think Michael Trigg got the advantage over him. Cause a lot of those catches, Michael Trigg would have did a bend or a little and got up out of there for a few more yards. But I'm not saying he's a bad player, but the tape ain't over. It could change. But right now, he decent. He's all right. He's up there with Kenyon Sadiq. He's above average. But that Michael Trigg guy, yeah, he's on another realm, another planet, may have. Like chat right there, that play right there, that play right there, chat. If if that's me or if that's Michael Trigg, better yet, that's to the house. That's bodega shot. That's bodega shot. See, then even then, chat, he gives you a big body play right after. So you just like give and take with him. Nigga just got his bell rung at the end of that one, didn't he, chat? They got me, chat.